If you feel like you should be throwing around glitter bombs today, there's a reason. It's National Unicorn Day. Although some might think so, I didn't make this day up. But someone did, and it's a great excuse to talk about unicorns. After all, it is my spirit animal. I personally think every day should be National Unicorn Day. Because I mean, who doesn't love unicorns? And dressing up like a unicorn? Well, maybe that's just me, I don't know. But unicorns do make people happy. So let's talk about some unicorn facts. Because although some people think unicorns do not exist, there sure are a lot of facts on record about them. I do not know if they are scientifically based, however. Let's start off with unicorns do not have wings and they do not fly. That's Pegasus. However, if a unicorn and a Pegasus mate, they might become flying unicorns. Something to think about. Unicorn horns are called alicorns, and a unicorn absorbs all its energy through its horn. And a unicorn's eyes are always sky blue or purple. They have pretty eyes. And here's something interesting. All unicorns are supposedly male, which really doesn't make sense in explaining how the unicorn population actually exists. But why question mythical creatures' mating habits? Speaking of mating habits, a baby unicorn is called a sparkle. How cute. And a unicorn's diet consists of grass and hay, just like a horse. So, now that we got the basics out of the way, let's talk unicorn history. The ancient Greeks wrote about unicorns as part of their mythology and also in recorded accounts in their natural history. But according to mythology, whoever touches a pure white unicorn will find happiness and joy in his entire life. So I am looking for that unicorn. The unicorn is also thought to hold the power of divine truth and will pierce the heart of a liar with its horn. Genghis Khan reportedly decided not to conquer India after meeting a unicorn. The unicorn bowed down to him, and he viewed it as a sign from his dead father and turned his army back. So basically, a unicorn saved India. In his travels, Marco Polo believed he stumbled across unicorns. He wrote, and I quote, "These are very ugly brutes to look at. They are not at all such as we describe unicorns." Yeah, that's pretty much because they were rhinoceroses. Now, you've probably heard of a narwhal before. It's also been called a sea unicorn, and it's an animal that is about 8 feet long and lives in the water around Canada and Greenland. The narwhal's horn was said to be the horn of a unicorn by some, and people would sell the horn of the narwhal and say it was the horn of a unicorn. In fact, someone once sold one to the Pope. And there were even pharmacies in London selling the powdered unicorn horn. But let's move on to some modern day unicorn facts. A US patent was granted for a surgical procedure to create unicorns in 1980. So basically, we wanted to take animals that were identifying as unicorns and make them into them. If you're looking to hunt a unicorn, you're probably not a very nice person, but you might want to try Lake Superior State University in Michigan. Since 1971, the university has issued permits to unicorn questers. Anyone embarking on such a search is advised to carry a flask of cognac and a pair of pinking shears. This permit lasts for the rest of eternity, but be sure to listen to the rules, bagging only 1 unicorn a month and only when the tooth fairy's around. Listen, I'm not a fan of the circus at all, but beginning in 1985, the Ringling Brothers Circus began advertising a living unicorn as an attraction. His name was Lancelot, and he was actually a goat whose horns had naturally fused together into a single unicorn-like horn. The goat never told anyone he wasn't a unicorn, so it was a pretty convincing circus act. Despite their non-existence, unicorns are the national animal of Scotland and appear on the coat of arms for many locations around Europe. Because unicorn everything is so popular, there's lots of foods that are colored in pastel swirls of pinks and blues and purples to symbolize unicorn colors. Remember that Starbucks unicorn frappuccino? Yeah, people used to call that diabetes in a cup, which I didn't think was very funny, considering I have type 1 diabetes. Anyway, there's tons of cookies and cakes and pastries and drinks that are unicorn themed, and if you visit Pinterest, you'll find an array of options to choose from. Thanks for watching, and remember, always be yourself. Unless you could be a unicorn, then always be a unicorn. Bye-bye.